What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Tricky Jim at Full Grip Games. 140 cards from Japan's upcoming Single and Rapid Strike Master sets have been revealed. These cards are going to be a part of our upcoming Battle Style set due out March 19th. This set looks like it's going to be an awesome new expansion for the Pokemon trading card game, and I'm very excited about it. So let's take a look at the translations and talk about how they're going to impact the meta in the Pokemon trading card game. Oh, this is big. Okay, we've got the Devour Durant back. The Devour Durant back, okay? Devour for each of your Durant in play. Discard the top card of your opponent's deck. Now, the old Durant, the Metal Durant, attacked for 1 metal energy. That is explicitly better than this. So, you know, you would play in an expanded unlimited format, you would play the metal one over this. That being said, this is very exciting, okay? You do need twin energy to attack with this, or, you know, Tapu Koko, Prism Star, something, right? In order to string attacks. So, new Cherum can set it up. This is true. And, yes, so it does have a 2 colorless attack cost. It does have 90 HP, and I hear tell that Level Ball is back, chat. Level Ball. So that means that Durant is searchable not only via Quick Ball, but also Level Ball, which means that there are 8 search cards for our Durant deck, which is very good. So Durant can mill up to 4 cards max per turn. Now, I haven't looked at the rest of the set yet. Now, something that this deck, I would say, desperately needs to be functional would be a card like Rescue Stretcher. I don't know. I haven't read the whole set yet, okay? This card needs Rescue Stretcher and ADP to be banned. But, like, okay, outside of those 2 things, you know, okay, and then a lot of these cards we're going to be looking at in kind of like a post, you know, a post Tag Team GX era kind of perspective, because most of these cards are going to have like a, you know, a pretty lengthy life post rotation in our next upcoming set. So like some of these cards may, you know, get better as the years go on. We do have Ordinary Rod. It's not as good as Rescue Stretcher. Rescue Stretcher can bring things straight back from the discard pile to the bench. So like every time you would play 4 Rescue Stretcher in a deck like this. Rod puts them back into the deck. So Rod is tough because you need a 2-card combination to recover a Durant once it gets knocked out. You need the Rod and a Quick Ball or whatever, or a Level Ball in order to get your boys back out of the discard pile. That being said, I think this is very interesting. I think with cards that, you know, decrease or increase retreat costs, like there's that Stadium that increases retreat cost by 2, you know, there are cards that kind of play into Durant's strengths. You know, we still have Crushing Hammer in the format. There's Yell Grunt, things like that. There are cards that play into Durant's strengths. We have Altaria, right? Galar Mine. There are definitely cards that play into this card's strength, and I think that you could play Durant with other control-like cards. And then, like, with the idea being that maybe Durant is like your end game or something, where you just go in and start attacking resource, you know, or something like that. Oh boy, we've got a Flapple V. Look at this absolute unit. Why is he spitting out grape Kool-Aid? All right, Flapple V. And Flapple V Max. All right, let's see. Flapple V. Sour Saliva. Oh, he's spitting out purple drink. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon's attacks cost 2 colorless more. That's actually insane. But it's insane, but every deck plays 4 switch. But like, it's actually pretty cool. I like the effect of that. That's cool. That is neat. Yeah. Well, every deck plays 4 switch nowadays, but the effect of that attack is really neat. I do like that. And then Wing Attack does 120 damage. I like that 1 energy punch. That's good. And props to the Pokemon Company for actually printing like an interesting 1 energy punch there. That's good. It's cool. It's interesting. Makes me actually think. I like that. All right, and then Flapple V Max. 320 HP. Good. Worth 3 prizes. Yes. Gmax Roll. 250 minus damage. Does 10 less damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon for 3 energy. Okay. That's not bad. I think that's like a good chunk of damage. We don't know what kind of healing cards come out, things like that. It is tough because once it gets hit, it basically does nothing. But like a 3 energy 250, that's pretty significant. Only takes 1 grass. Eventually Welder will be gone, and we won't see as many fire decks. Zacian does resist grass, which makes grass just a tough type to be. But it's interesting. All right, 250 damage for 3 energy. Sure. Your single strike Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Okay. Just a good ability, good amount of HP, single strike Pokemon. Do you see the synergy, chat? Yo. Do you see the synergy? Hold up. Hold up, chat. Hold up. I've seen this Pignite before. I've seen him. He's right here. This Pignite on the Tyranitar is the Pignite right here. See, it's the same Pignite, chat. It's the same Pignite. See, right here, he's has just eaten. He's eaten real good. And then here, it looks like he's having his post-feast regrets. Like he's now it looks like he's questioning his decision. Now it looks like he's having some regret, unfortunately. But here, happy camper. Yeah, I mean, this is how I imagine Pignite looking. This is amazing. This is probably the best Pignite artwork ever printed. In the history of the Pokemon TCG. This is the best Pignite. That is the best Pignite. And then Tepig. This Tepig artwork is phenomenal as well. I always got to look at Electabuzz just because I love Electabuzz as a Pokemon, even though I know they'll never print a good Electabuzz again. Tapu Koko V. We did look at Tapu Koko V, right? 20 plus 40 more damage for each energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. Okay. So on average, they'll probably have between 3 and 6. If they have 6 times 4 is 24, 260 damage. It's actually a pretty significant amount of damage there. If they only have 3, though, you're going to be dealing 160, which is enough to knock out a Dedenne GX or something. I just think that base 200 for 3 is probably better than the other Tapu Koko, but we do have Tapu Koko V Max, Max Shock, 180 damage. You have more prize cards remaining in your opponent. Automatic Paralysis. So it's a comeback card. That's nice. Do like a comeback card. This is going to be a 2-hit KO meta. With VMAX Pokemon, becoming more and more popular, less VMAX Pokemon are going to be able to 1-hit KO each other. So I actually think this card is really good. I think that's just, if Raichu and Alolan Raichu is a good card, is it not? It is a good card. What set is Reset Stamp in, right? What set is Reset Stamp in? Is it Sword and Shield base, or is it one of the Sun and Moon sets? Unified Minds? All right. Well, Stamp rotates. No. Maybe they reprint N, though. I saw some musings on maybe N getting reprinted, because we got level balls in Noble Victories. Chat, are you ready to welcome back N? Would you be ready and willing to bring N back? I think they should bring N back. Yeah, reprint N. For sure. Reprint N. And then N with this card, broken. Busted. And this card will always be in league with Tapu Koko V. Because you got to imagine, okay, so like or not Tapu Koko V, this card will always be in league with Boltund V, right? This card will always be in league with Boltund, because the sets are so close that they'll always be together, I think. Well, not always, but at least for the next year. So yeah, if they reprint N And then eventually, you know, all the good GX Pokemon rotate. And then Lightning is basically going to be this guy, right? Lightning's going to be like Boltons, this guy, and like the good Tapu Koko V. And maybe one of that Tapu Koko V, but probably not, right? Because that other Tapu Koko V does kind of counter, I guess, other Bolton Lightning decks. So that's like an idea. That's just an idea. That's just a thought. You know, if things eventually, and you got Electrode, yeah, more Pico, no, more Peko bad, yeah, sorry. You compare with Electrode, this is true. And then Bolton kind of jives with Electrode, you know, yeah. I'm just saying there's a new Lightning deck on the horizon, and this card probably is in it. Because Tapu Koko V is probably in it as well, like the good one. And then if you're playing Tapu Koko V, you might as well play this card. Because, and then if N gets reprinted, there we go. That's a good card, chat. That's a real good card. Don't overlook this thing. It 2-hit KOs all right, let's talk about it. It 2-hit KOs all V maxes. It 1-hit KOs Crobat V, even if you're ahead on prizes. It's got 320 HP. It automatically paralyzes. And it's got a retreat cost of 1. It's just a good card. That's a good card. Once during your turn, when you play this card from your hand, you may put 1 Pokeball and 1 Great Ball from your discard pile into your hand. That's kind of nuts. That's fun. I'm not sure. A Pokeball? I wish it was like Quick Ball or something. But like, you know, I like the idea of that ability. That's cool. Yeah, that's a neat idea. Not going to start playing Pokeballs in all my decks, but yeah, sad. What if it was Level Ball and Quick Ball, though? Then we'd be talking. I like the idea of that. That's a nice direction for a card, for sure. All right. Once during your turn, you may move 1 damage counter from one of your Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Kind of pog. Okay. It's a stage 1, though. But if you have 4 of them set up, it's 4 damage counters. It's interesting. This is at least an interesting card. I like that. I think that is, yeah, that's cool. You can set up like 4 of them. You can, you know, you can move damage counters off of like Pokemon VMAX. I'm just saying, if there was some sort of gigantic, I mean, these kinds of decks have existed before, right? These kinds of decks have existed before, where you like tank and heal and move damage. Like, I'm not saying that it's guaranteed going to happen, but like if the stars align and you get the right kind of metagame and you get the right kind of healing cards printed, then, you know, and it makes sense to do this, right? Then this kind of card can be good. I mean, imagine like, okay, think about like, you know, like a deck like Colossal VMAX, right? Colossal VMAX tries to make itself as big as possible, attacks for 1 energy. You know, imagine if there was some other healing card printed, and then all of a sudden, like, you heal 40 damage, you know, not 40 damage, but you could heal, like, a bunch of damage a turn with the Colossal. Like, you know, I'm just saying, like, this kind of thing, it's happened before. It's happened before. I'm not sure that it'll be good enough, but it does have 90 HP. It's Level Ball compatible. Mimikyu V. Dummy Doll. You may use this ability once during your turn when you play this card from your hand on your bench until the end of your opponent's next turn. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon. Makes itself invincible, right? And then Envying Eyes is 3 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon for each prize card your opponent has taken. It's interesting. If we get some sort of scoop up things, right? Scoop up shenanigans. You can make your Mimikyu invincible every turn, which is cool, right? Corviknight, true. You can use Corviknight to do it. And then you just keep, and you could use Scoop Up Nets to re-evolve Corviknights and then keep picking up your Mimikyu, and then you could use Dolls, right? And then you're like, we just need ADP to be banned so that, you know, they can't take 2 prizes on each of your Corviknights. But, like, eventually, okay? Eventually, when ADP is gone, Corviknight, yeah, you can, is Corviknight bench only? Oh, that's sad. Well, anyways, you know. Maybe one day. Maybe. It's at least interesting. It makes itself invincible. I love Primeape, but Primeape's never good. They've never printed a good Primeape, I don't think. But I love Primeape. Primeape's one of my favorite fighting Pokemon. They just, 50 damage for each of your bench Pokemon with any. Okay. I mean, 2 fighting energy. Okay. Right? Expanded format Skyfield. Okay. The double. No, it doesn't have the double energy because it's not a Rapid Strike Pokemon. Yeah. Expanded format Skyfield. Damage counter on 8 bench Pokemon. Combo with Donphan. 250 damage, right? But yeah, in standard format, you could combo with Donphan. Donphan damage all your guys. And, it does take 2 energy. That's the worst thing about it. The worst thing about it is it takes 2 energy to attack. If it was 1 energy, we'd have ourselves quite the dude. Spiritombs, you can, pair it with Spiritombs because the Spiritombs will just damage themselves. Carkol, look at him. He's a minecart, but also a Pokemon. I don't really care what any of his attacks do. I just like him. All right, there we go. Roly-Coly. Cute. The best Pokemon line from Sword and Shield, chat. Have some respect. Have some respect for the best Pokemon line from the Sword and Shield games. It's them. Yep. Not sorry. I'm not sorry. It's just them's facts. All right. Look at him. No other Pokemon is a minecart. Nah. Dragapult is basically Flygon 2. Quit playing with me. Look at him. Look at... Yeah. Look at this dude. Golem is just is seething about how much cooler Colossal is than Golem. Golem's upset. To be fair, I'd be upset if I was Golem as well. It's like Golem and Rhydon, just got way cooler. Yeah, Rhyperior. Honestly, Rhydon cooler than Rhyperior also. Everybody knows it. All right. But this guy, flip a coin for each energy attached to the coal, 90 damage for each heads. Let's go, chat. Yeah, we're going to... If you don't already know that we're going to be making a YouTube video out of this guy, yeah, we already know these guys, right? We've got this guy with the Impact Blow. They have a special energy, makes them do, I think, 20 more damage, right? Which is cool. And then there's this guy, right? 270, discard all energy. So I do think that the Rapid Strike guys are probably a little bit better than these guys right off the top. But that energy, though, that single strike energy is incredibly good. So I will not underestimate any single strike cards because that energy is insane. Strong energy was insane. Strong energy is up there with double colorless as being the best special energy card ever printed. Okay, so just to give you some perspective, strong energy, I'm gonna say it's double colorless and strong energy's top 3 special energy card ever printed. So to see a card that's similar to strong energy, you have to have some sort of you have to have some sort of respect for that kind of card. Let me put this in perspective. Imagine if Zacian had strong energy but for metals. Okay? I need a face cam. Imagine if Zacian had strong energy but for metals. Does that put it into perspective for you? Does it? Does that help? Does that... All I'm saying is strong energy was so good that all you needed was, and then Buzzwole was the man. Buzzwole, Lycanroc. I'm just saying. It was that good. It was that good. We've got Crobat and we've got Golbat. These guys got incredible artwork. This Golbat is one of the better Golbats that has ever been printed. I mean, just look at the artwork on the Golbat. This is perfect Golbat. Textbook flawless execution of Golbat. Golbat has got its entire body is its mouth, first of all. Okay. Its entire body is its mouth. It's got lightning strikes. Skadoosh. Coming down in the background. Ominous clouds. Oh, the Golbat's perfect. I love that Golbat. That is, this is how in my mind's eye, when I think of Golbat, this is exactly what I think of. So big props to that artist for bringing that Golbat to life for us. Stealthy draw. When you play this card from your hand to evolve Pokemon, you may draw 2 cards. All right, cool. Once during your turn, when you play this card from your hand to evolve Pokemon, you may draw 3 cards. Yo, we drawing cards, chat. We're drawing cards, baby. Sure. Look at him. This is what I'm talking about, okay? I love this because the artists bring these Pokemon to life. Like, Galarian Slowbro exists, but you never thought about him like this. And this artist brings this Pokemon to life. We have a different way of thinking about Galarian Slowbro thanks to this literal, this artwork right here. And I think that's just incredible. You know, obviously we've seen the action poses of Galarian Slowbro, right? Where he's firing off his poison cannon. But this artwork makes you think about the relationship between the Slowbro and the parasite, which has taken over its arm. It makes you think about it. And that's what art is supposed to do. It's supposed to make you think. So this artwork right here is phenomenal. Hound Doom, he accelerates energy, right? Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a single strike energy card attached to one of your single strike Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. If you attach an energy, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. That's just a very good card. This is that's a very good card. Energy acceleration is good. Energy acceleration from deck is really good. We've seen these kinds of you know, cards before. This actually, it reminds me of Gardevoir the most. Okay, so like back in the day, Gardevoir reminds me of this one, chat. This card was really good. Obviously, you know, it's forever ago at this point, but yeah, the Psy Shadow Gardevoir, this one right here. Boom, boom, boom. There. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a Psychic Energy card attached to one of your Pokemon. Put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. Same energy. Yeah. Same kind of energy there. But seems cool. I like that. That Guardy is in my cube as well, Jake. Yes, it's very good. Very good Guardy. And Tyranitar V. Cragalanche. Best attack names award right there. And Single Strike Crush 240. Discard the top 4 cards of your deck. I think that that's just a good attack, right? Because you can use the special energy, so you could do 260, you could do 280 with that. You could accelerate energy with Hound Doom. Yeah, it does cost 4 energy, but choose an item from your discard pile, reveal it, put it into your hands. Like Junk Hunt Light. It's also got an amazing artwork. Okay, it's, I don't know, Sable IV already does this, but I guess this is a, you know. And then Hunger Tackle, 20 plus. If you have no cards in hand, does additional 9. All right, so we're talking about it literally just for the. Are we talking about it literally just for the Junk Hunt? The Junk Hunt then? It's like Junk Hunt bad, right? I mean, listen, you're talking to somebody who lived through the Junk Hunt days, okay? Junk Hunt good. This, yeah. If that got 2 back, then we'd really be talking. But one kind of soft. 2 lasers. Yeah. That's 2 chances to put your opponent to sleep. All right. Bronzong, Metal Trans. As often as you like during your turn, you may move a metal energy from one of your Pokemon to another one of your Pokemon. That's good. Even in expanded format, I want to go ahead and just put this out there. Y'all realize that there is Max Potion in expanded format, right? Like, this kind of tanky healy thing, on a single prize Pokemon, Max Potion with this guy, that's kind of gnarly. You know, you just set up the right ton of 1-hits and expanded, I guess, but then you've got, like, I'm just saying, if you get the right combination of cards, okay, it's not that long ago that this kind of strategy was good. In fact, 2019, I recall a regional finalist using a tank and heal strategy in 2019. All these cards that move energy are good cards. Okay? I'm just saying. Do not overlook this. Do not overlook this. That is a good card. Like I said, Aromatisse is good. Weavile GX is good. That card could also be good. Stoutland. Stoutland V. Do you lock my opponent out of playing supporter cards? Second bite, 40 damage. If the defending basic Pokemon is knocked out by damage from this attack, take one more prize card. ADP, no! 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 Be gone. Be gone. I don't want to read that text ever again. Escape. Hey. Escape. We love Escape Rope, chat. We're huge Escape Rope stands here. What a great card. Great, well-designed card. Escape Rope should just kind of be more or less a card that we just keep seeing reprinted throughout the history of the Pokemon TCG. It's just a good card. Vitality Jar. Choose up to 2 single strike cards for your discard pile. Reveal them, shuffle them into your deck. Oh! Yes! It puts back the single strike energy. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, yes, yes. Special charge for single strike. Let's go. That's good. I like that. I like that. That's real good. Especially since your big single strike guy discards all the energy attached to it. Camping gear would almost be interesting if Marnie didn't exist. Moving on. Okay. Single strike scroll. Raging Scroll. Pokemon tool. Attach it to one of your Pokemon that doesn't already have a tool card attached. Single strike Pokemon is attached to. Use the attack. Fury. 10 plus. It's nice. It's like a kind of like a strike back card, right? 10 plus 10 more damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. I like that kind of retaliate attack. Don't be fooled, chat. This card has never been good in the history of the Pokemon TCG, okay? Exernius Break, okay, was the only deck that played this card. And let me remind you, how good was Exernius Break, chat? How good was Quagnag? How good were these decks? They were like tier 3. They were tier fun. Exernius Break was a tier fun deck for sure. Yeah. Supporter. Shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 4 cards. If any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn, draw 7 cards instead. We talked about this card, right? Shuffle draw 4 is just not that good. Shuffle draw 7. Oh, just reprint N or Cynthia, and we could just split the difference, right? We could just split the difference and just shuffle draw 6 instead, like nice civilized folk, right? That'd be fine. The problem is that it's situational. It could be used in single prize decks. It could be used as one of in decks that search out single strike cards. It could, but I don't see it being a card that you play en masse. You're not going to play like 4 of these dudes. Well, I say that now. You probably won't be playing too many. You could play a one of, right? All right, here we go. Phoebe. During this turn, damage from the attacks of your Pokemon VMAX aren't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. Yeah, so that's just a way for Eternatus VMAX to just get through cards like Zamazenta V, right? Now, like I said, when you are talking about this kind of card, right, the fear of this kind of card will probably decrease the amount of Lucario Melmetal that sees play. It'll probably decrease the amount of Decidueye that sees play. But, like, I won't actually ever play this card in any of my decks. So then those decks will just continue to see play. It's nice to have the answer, but I'd rather not have to play it, if you understand what I'm saying, right? You don't actually want to play the answer to the deck in your deck. You just would rather just not hit the matchup. Or the other play is to just let other players tech and put the Phoebe into their deck, and then you just like glide on by because they hated the other decks out of the meta, right? So yeah. So I'm gonna let everybody else play Phoebe. You guys could all play Phoebe and hate the cards out of the meta, and then I'll have 2 free spaces in my deck because I don't have to play Phoebe. So that's the big brain strats right there. Is like, yeah, anybody wants to play Phoebe, go ahead, play Phoebe. I'm gonna not worry about it. Yep. That's what we got. That's the strat right there. Let everybody else. It's just like Age/V. You know, everybody was like, we're done playing Age/V, and then the Decidueyes came back. You're like, all right, a couple, just enough people play Age/V just to get the Decidueyes back on, and then I'm gonna continue not playing Age/V. But surely just enough people need to play it just to make sure that the Decidueyes go away again, and then. But I'm still not gonna play Age/V though. But so long as like enough of you start playing, enough of you start playing. Playing again. Right. Single strike stance mustard. Okay. You can only play this card. It's the last card in your hand. Search your deck for a single strike Pokemon. Put it onto your bench. It's like Maxis. Okay. Which is pretty insane. And then draw 5 cards. And you get to search your deck. Okay. That's one of the coolest things about this card. You search your deck for the single strike card. It doesn't have to be in your discard pile, which makes it way better. Makes it way more consistent than having to have the card already in your discard pile booted up. So I do really like that. That's good. Tower of Darkness. Once during your turn, each player may discard a single strike card from their hand and draw 2 cards. So that's like, we've seen lots of cards like this. There was Scorched Earth, right, which is like a stadium card that you discard a fire fighting and you draw 2 cards. Is it Scorched Earth that I'm the Heat Factory, discard fire, draw 3 cards? Yeah, these kinds of cards have just existed. They're always like, they're okay. I mean, Heat Factory was insane. You know, it depends on whether or not getting, you know, single strike cards into your discard pile is any good. That'll decide whether or not this is good. Also, Chaotic Swell will just pretty much make all stadiums bad until it rotates. So that is another thing right now. But or reprint Field Blower. Yeah. Anyways, we've got. They won't do that though because Tool Scrapper just got reprinted, so we're definitely not getting Field Blower anytime soon. But the swells just kind of have to make their way. I'm over Swell. I don't know about you guys. I'm completely over Chaotic Swell. Chaotic Swell was super cool for like the first year I played with it. I don't know. I'm cool on Chaotic Swell. It could go ahead and go. I'm ready to play my stadiums again. Okay, and have a good old time. Yeah, more like Chaotic Smell. Am I right? All right, single strike energy. Yeah, all my homies hate Chaotic Swell. It was cool at first because it was a unique idea. I don't mind that it ever got printed. I'm just ready for it to be gone. Okay. I'm ready for it to be gone. All right, single strike energy. Right, it's an amazing card. Dark fighting, strong energy for single strike Pokemon, and it's got the energy retriever that can put it back into the deck. This card will be one of the best cards in the deck. In the set, and also the single strike and rapid strike mechanic is going to exist for lots of sets. Okay, it's going to exist for at least a handful of sets going forward. So this energy card will just be one of the best cards of this era. I can almost guarantee you that. Between this and the rapid strike energy, those 2 cards are going to be extremely powerful in the next era of the TCG, because we're going to just be getting these single strike rapid strike cards for like a handful of sets, and these seem like they are the kind of defining characteristics of the single strike rapid strike cards. Is like single strike cards get access to this energy, rapid strike cards get access to the double energy. That's just that's going to be the defining characteristic of those cards. So these are going to be very significant. Yes. What if we get more single? I doubt that we will. I'll go ahead and just say my prediction will be that these are it. And I do not suspect that we get too many more single strike or rapid strike energies. I highly doubt it. I think that these are the ones. They're so good. Like, you can't make ones that are really any better than this or they'd be broken, right? I mean, this is about as good as it gets as far as special energy goes. Both of them. I mean, you've got this one, which is very similar to Strong Energy, which I already said is a top 3 special energy all time. And then you've got the Rapid Strike Energy, which is very close to Double Rainbow Energy, which is probably also top 3 special energy of all time. So we're talking like these 2 special energy echo the effects of top 3 special energy all time. They are going to be good. Okay. They are going to be good. Most definitely. Double Rainbow Energy's up there. Strong Energy's up there. These guys are going to be incredibly good. Okay. Burned and Poison, that's 30 damage. That's That's 30 damage, chat. Okay. And it goes with the Salazzle. We talked about it. The Salazzle do 180 for 1. All right. Okay. Okay. Searchable with level ball. Dave Rose says that's not much damage. Oh, I'm sorry. But everybody's freaking out about a tool card that makes Zacian do 30 more damage. But it's not that much damage. That's adding 30 damage is adding 30 damage, okay, chat? Adding 30, that is a significant amount of damage to add to whatever else that you're doing. This Weeping Bell don't have to attack, okay? Yeah. Yeah, no. 30 damage is insane. Choice Band's one of the best tool cards ever printed. Yeah, don't tell me 30 damage ain't a lot of damage. All right, Kricketune V. Stage Elation. What is Stage Elation? Is Stage Elation the opposite of Stage Fright? Anyways, once during your turn, you may draw cards until you have 3 cards in your hand. It's like Instruct. If it's in the active spot, you may draw cards till you have 4 cards in your hand. I smell an N reprint, chat. I smell N. N's coming back. And Kricketune going to be good. You get N to 1, you're going to be glad you had this dude. I'm telling you. In the not so distant future. I'm telling you, chat. Clip it. N's going to get reprinted. And this card is going to be good. I mean, N has got to be... Say what you will about N. It's got to be better than the Marnie world that we're living in right now. That's for sure. It also combos with Rose. So that's something worth noting. So it's also worth noting that you can combo this with Rose. You discard your whole hand, accelerate 2 energy from the discard pile to one of your... I think this card will just make Rose a lot better. And as it is right now, there is no card that turns off Pokemon V's abilities. There's no card in the game right now that turns off Pokemon V's abilities. And you can use the Primate Wisdom Oranguru in combination with the Kricketune, right? To put good cards on top of your deck, Rose, discard, and then Kricketune back into it, right? I think that this card will just be good. This card will be good. Okay, we've got Cherum with the Spring Bloom ability. As often as you like during your turn, you may attach a Grass Energy card from your hand to one of your Pokemon, except for Pokemon with the rule box. That means you, GXs, EXs, Pokemon V, Pokemon VMAX, and Pokemon Prism Stars. But everything else, obviously, it's like Frostmoth. Now, Frostmoth, you know, problematic because it can only accelerate to the bench. Cherum can accelerate to the active. So that's cool. However, can't accelerate to Pokemon with a rule box. So Cherum is going to change the way that we look at single prize grass Pokemon going forward, because it's just a very good card. So we got to think about all single prize grass Pokemon, or all single prize Pokemon for that matter, as Pokemon that could theoretically get grass energy accelerated to them with Cherum. So it is level ball searchable as well. Good stuff. Good stuff, Cherum. This Victini V is just worse than the other Victini V. V Bullet, 10 plus damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a Pokemon V, it does 50 more damage. Okay, and then Flare Shot, 120, discard all energy. However, Victini V Max. Okay. 310 HP. Okay. It's got Spreading Flames. I liked that attack on Victini V. If you liked Spreading Flames on Victini V, you may also like Spreading Flames on a Pokemon with 310 HP. Very nice. And then we've got Victory Max, 100 plus damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon is Pokemon V, it does 120 more damage. So deals 100 damage base, but 220 damage to Pokemon V for 2 energy. That's good damage output. Now, chat, I hate to inform you, this is going to be hard. All right, we're going to have to go face cam for this. One day in the not so distant future, chat, Welder's going to be gone. Fire decks are going to have to find a way to exist without one of the most broken supporters released in the last couple of years. Yep, that's right, chat. They may have to play Sycamore, Marnie, N when it eventually gets reprinted. That's right. You'll actually only be able to attach 1 energy per turn. Yeah. And then you may actually have to play off the board to accelerate energy into play. And my goodness, if you have to do that, cards like Victini V start looking a little bit better. Yep. That's right, chat. Not only does it accelerate energy into play, it also has a 2 energy smack. It smacks for 2. That's good. That's good. It smacks for 2. It accelerates energy and it does 220 damage for 2? That's good. That's real good. Evolves from Seadra. Lord of the Ocean Depths. When your active Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack, you may choose any number of water energy cards attached to that Pokemon and move them into this Pokemon. Okay. First of all, epic artwork. Epic ability name. Please print a card with the ability name Lord of the Ocean Depths on it. I would love that. Yeah, that's great. All right, so it moves energy to itself. And then what do you do with that energy? Aqua Burst, 40 damage times the number of water energy attached to this Pokemon. Okay. Oh, all right. Now I will say, okay, in order for the energy to be moved, but what's crazy is that the Kingdra can keep passing energy to it. So long as you've got a ton of Kingdras in play, this Kingdra goes down and it passes all the energy to the next Kingdra. I like that. That is very cool. Now, the problem with this is that if you ever break the Kingdra chain, you lose. But if you keep the Kingdra chain going, you're just going to be smacking for like tons of damage. But if you ever get a Kingdra knocked out, if you ever get a Kingdra knocked out and you've got no more Kingdra in play to pass the energy with your Lord of the Ocean Depths ability, then you're going to be having a bad time. Now, let's see. What you say, like eventually what? You get like 6 energy in play, 7 energy. You need like 8 energy in play to do 320 damage. 8 energy is feasible. Yeah, I could see it. Yeah, it'd be Kingdra Frostmoth. And this deck would have to exist in a post-ADP world. Okay, there's no point in looking at any of these there's no point in looking at any single prize card with an ADP like worldview. Okay, so we're just going to be conceptualizing these without ADP, because that's just like, if you're talking about a single prize Pokemon, that's just what we have to do. Because these strategy, you're not going to be dealing 280 damage turn 2, so no point. But in a post-ADP world, then, you could use your Frostmoth and your Kingdra, and you get a ton of energy in play, and then you just pass the energy back to your Kingdras every turn. It's definitely like a set up and go kind of deck. The thing is you're not going to be attacking with Kingdra like turn 2, maybe not even turn 3, but like decks like that used to exist. They used to. They don't really exist anymore. Decks that like don't really do anything till turn 3. Those kinds of decks are pretty much all goners now. But back in the day, those kinds of decks used to be all right. So like, you could take a couple of turns and just build up your board state with like Frostmoths and like Seadras, right? And then eventually you don't ever start attacking with Kingdra until you're ready to stream Kingdras like every single turn. So I like that. I think that that's like a really cool creative card design. And, I think that it probably needs just a little bit something extra in order to like string the Kingdras. But I could easily see piling 8 energy onto this thing. The problem with putting a bunch of energy on a single prize Pokemon in the past was that the Pokemon would get knocked out and then you have to completely rebuild. And Kingdra takes the rebuild part out of it, right? All you have to do is have the Pokemon. The energy is going to be taken care of for you. And I think that makes this card really cool. So I like that. All right, Galarian Mr. Mime, Galarian Mr. Rhyme. Yeah, no, search for an item card. I'm cool. Ball juggling, 10 plus damage. You may discard any number of item cards from your hand with ball in their name. Does 40 more damage for each card you discarded in this way. Not worth it. I don't think that's worth it. Does wait. Yamper gets Great Ball and Pokeball. Now, chat, we got a YouTube video with that, right? Okay. Oh, okay. The Yamper and the scoop up nets. You know, you do Yamper, scoop up net, and you do it over. You play 4 Pokeball, 4 Great Ball, 4 Level Ball, 4 Quick Ball. That's a lot of balls, chat. Rapid Strike Search. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a Rapid Strike card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. Can't use more than 1 Rapid Strike ability each turn. That is cool. It's a nice setup card. Get your Rapid Strike cards out of the deck. Luxray, Electric Slide. It's electric. 40 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Okay. Then Hit and Run. And then Scarby. 100 plus damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon has any damage counters on it, 100 more damage. Yeah, 200 damage. If they have damage counters on them, he snipes. You know, he's got 150 HP. He's pretty good. He's not bad. He works for, like, you know, he works with, we're talking, of course, like I said previously, all single strike Pokemon, we're talking about a post-ADP existence, okay? Post-ADP exists. So long as they 2-hit KO VMAXs, they're, like, on the table to talk about. Any single prize Pokemon that 2-hit KOs a VMAX, we could talk about it. So, like, interesting. Yeah, it's at least interesting. Boltoy, Claydol, Power Split, attach psychic energy from your discard pile to your Pokemon in any way you like until the total number of energy attached to your Pokemon is the same as the total number of energy attached to your opponent's Pokemon. That's kind of neat. Very dependent on what your opponent's doing, though. If they're not playing a deck that plays a lot of energy, then you're going to be having a bad time with that card. But it is an energy accelerator. So, there's that. All the Necrozma Pokemon ever printed so far have been completely broken, so. We had Ultra Necrozma, we had Necrozma with the Black Ray GX. Yeah. So maybe this thing, let's see, Prism Ray. 20 damage, this attack does 20 damage to 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Okay. Alright. That used to be a lot harder to do, okay? 20 damage to 3 Pokemon. 20 damage to 3 Pokemon for 1 energy. That's okay. Special Laser, 100 plus damage. If this Pokemon has a special energy to it, does 120 more damage. Okay. So I could do 220 for 3, but you have to have a special energy attached to it. It's interesting. I think, like, the Pokemon company is really working on, like, playing on weaknesses and resistances and stuff. So, keep it in mind as a card that just, like, can hit 220 damage for 3 energy, and it's psychic. I don't think that this will be a card in a deck in and of itself, but, you know, we'll keep it there in the back pocket, okay? Keep it there in the back pocket, just, you know, keep in mind that that thing exists. It's at least kind of interesting. It does hit big numbers. Dottler, Orbeetle. Orbeetle was the one, right? For each energy attached to this Pokemon, search your deck for a Stage 2 Pokemon, excluding Orbeetle, and put it onto your bench. So, you know, it does work with triple acceleration energy, but then that's going to be rotating eventually. This kind of card has existed before. I talked about the Credilli, right? Credilli saw play at precisely 1 regional championship. I'm pretty sure it was like it was a secret spicy deck. Where are you? Lifesplosion, right? For each energy attached to this Pokemon, search your deck for a Stage 2 Pokemon and put it onto your bench. Now, Credilli was a Stage 1. Well, yeah, kind of was Stage 1. But you could evolve from Ditto Prism Star, okay? So, like, that was the workaround. It's technically like you have to restore the Laleep, right? And then you'd have to put the Credilli into play. But you could use Ditto Prism Star, and then Ditto Prism Star could evolve straight into Credilli. And then you could do this, and you could set up Vileplumes, okay? That was the cool thing about this. I'm not exactly sure that there's enough powerful Stage 2 Pokemon to warrant putting into play with a Stage 2 Pokemon itself. But interesting, and it's something that you'll want to keep in mind, okay? Maybe what I'm trying to say by showing off this card is that This got played at a regional championship and was kind of a cool rogue deck. So this has the potential to maybe be some sort of crazy rogue deck if the right stage 2 Pokemon get printed. Kingdras, here's the deal, is I don't think you actually want to set up, I mean, think of how much deck space, okay? You go here, you set up a bunch of Kingdras, but then then you still have to get all your water energy into play, right? It only solves one part of the problem, which is and it takes up a lot of space to solve one side of the problem. So I don't really think it's worth it. And Frostmoth can't accelerate on this thing. So I don't think that you would use it to set up Kingdras either. Mian Xiao, your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Shuffle this Pokemon. Hit and run, baby. Rapid Strike. You could use Rapid Strike energy. Hit and run into whatever. Shenanigans. Hit and run shenanigans. Sandaconda. 120 damage. Discard 6 cards from top of your deck. 6 damage. 60 for each fighting energy you discarded. Sounds like the world's riskiest bee. Okay, but if you do 6 times 6... If they're all 6 fighting energy, how many fighting energy are going to be in your Sandaconda deck, chat? How many fighting energy? Just a 4/4 Sandaconda and like 52. A 4/4 Sandaconda and 52 fighting energy. I guess though, right? I mean, the Gyarados deck almost worked. Yeah, you build it like Chandelure. Right. It's not the worst card I've ever seen. It's not. At least it only attacks for 1 fighting energy. I like that. But, you know. Listen, if Chandelure worked, then, you know, this might work. Kind of. Almost. Kind of. You do 300 if you hit 5. I mean, you're still doing 240 if you hit 4. Yeah, it's, you know, but, and it does, it discards 6 cards to top. Yeah. All right, cool. Phallics, Rapid Strike formation. No, this one I think is just worse than the other Phallics is, right? Well, 20 damage for each of your Rapid Strike Pokemon in play. You have to attach the Rapid Strike energy to it. It's okay. I mean, I guess it's a 1 energy attacker, and if you're playing a Rapid Strike deck with all Rapid Strike Pokemon, then it does hit fighting weakness for 1 energy, but at max is only dealing 120 damage. And then we've got the Rapid Strike Urshifu, right? Gale Thrust, 30 plus. If this Pokemon moved from your bench to your active spot, 120 more damage. Love that. 150 for 1. Oh, yeah. That's real good. Love that. Eternatus is crying. Eternatus is crying. Eternatus is mad. Wow, 150 damage for 1 energy. Feels good. Discard all energy from this Pokemon. This attack does 120 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. Wow, okay. It's just a good card. Don't apply weakness and resistance for bench Pokemon, but you do apply weakness and resistance for the active. So, you know, against like an Eternatus, you could Gmax Rapid Flow and just like knock out an Eternatus V in the active, and then you could do 120 to something on the bench. It's just, it's very strong. That's good. And also, Gale Thrust and Gmax Rapid Flow, both 1-hit KO, Dedennis, Crobats, all of that. Strafe, 30 damage, hit and run, 150 damage for 3. It's just a good card. Combos with Rapid Strike energy for sure. And then also the fact that you have like Gale Thrust can do 150, right? And then you could just go straight into Gmax Rapid Flow, 120 to 2 different things. Then you could go back into Gale Thrust, right? The following turn. And then you go back into Gmax Rapid Flow the following turn. And guess what, chat? Escape Rope just got printed, right? This thing is Escape Rope compatible. It's Switch compatible. It's Air Balloon compatible. You could combo this with Jirachi while it's legal, right? You could combo it with Fion as well. Push something to the bench, you know. Yeah. There's just there's a lot of. Oh yeah, the Fighting Weak decks are going to be extremely tilted about this card existing. This thing is just very good. It seems to have a very good kind of like flow to it. You'll probably play a bunch of Crushing Hammers and Energy Denial in this deck to try and keep up with ADP decks. All right, we got Corvin IV, Clutch. The defending Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn, and Sky Hurricane, 190 damage. This Pokemon can't use Sky Hurricane during your next turn. And we've got Corviknight V Max. Luster Body. Prevent all effects of your opponent's abilities done to this Pokemon. Okay. I mean, I can't really think of anything that's like super, super crazy that you'd want to like turn off right now. But that's like good to have. I mean, presumably that could eventually be meaningful. And then Gmax Hurricane. 240 damage. This Pokemon can't use Gmax Hurricane during your next turn. It does prevent any sort of status condition, shenanigans. It does prevent, it doesn't stop Decidueye, because it's your opponent's ability is done to this Pokemon. Decidueye has an effect on the Decidueye, not an effect on the opposing Pokemon. This is the kind of thing you would do with the Bronzong, is what I'm telling you, right? Like, this is the kind of thing. It's got some things built in. It can't be affected by your opponent's abilities. That's good. It's got some built-in protection right there, right? And then it's got free retreat. It can kind of pivot in and out. You could use Bronzong, move energy around. Yes, the Cheryl heals. Yeah. It's the Pokemon Center, but in a sport. Yeah, Cheryl. There we go. Yeah, Cheryl. Now, you might be looking at this and say it's just worse than Zacian, but no, it's got 320 HP. Yes, 320 HP and free retreats. It's pretty good. 240 damage. That's the amount of damage that you want to do. Why is it the amount of damage that you want to do? It one-hit KOs Zacians, it one-hit KOs all 2 prize Pokemon, and it still 2-hit KOs all 3 prize Pokemon. Right. So, I think that Corviknight, it's a good card. It's got Tank and Heal written all over it. This is the guy. It's better than it's 3 energy, 240. It's better than your big elephant. Why? Because your big elephant is a chunker and can't retreat, but this thing can, right? So it can it's got more mobility. It's got the built-in protection from your opponent's, your opponent's things. You could play, if you wanted to, you could play Cobalion GX while it's legal, right? So it can't be affected by any special conditions. And then you've got the supporter Cheryl, which can heal it, and you've got the Bronzong to move things around, and you've got Metal Saucers to kind of get some energy into play, and it attacks for 3 energy. And you've got the special metal to turn off your weakness to fire. Obviously, for the time being, you really have to worry about you could play with Full Metal Wall GX, sure. For the time being, you really have to worry about Welder decks, of course. But like eventually, Welder decks all lose their Welder, chat. Yes. Billowing Fan. Return a special energy attached to one of your opponent's Pokemon to the bottom of your opponent's deck. Okay. It's like Enhanced Hammer, right? It's like Enhanced Hammer, but it's less mean than Enhanced Hammer. But it is a Rapid Strike card, so you could search it out. You could search it out with Rapid Strike search stuff, so that's good. Energy Recycler. Shuffle 5 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. That's very good. Decks like Rillaboom really loved Energy Recycler. Decks like Frostmoth probably don't even mind Energy Recycler. Just a one-up, just to put a bunch of energy back into the deck. Decks like Cherum, where you can like accelerate the grass energy. Those kinds of decks are going to like Energy Recycler. Energy Recycler was a pretty niche card. It saw some play though, and I think that it definitely has the opportunity to see some play in energy acceleration decks going forward. The Billowing Fan, I think this is just a phenomenal card, especially since we're kind of seeing that special energy are going to be very good. We've got the Rapid Strike energy and the Single Strike energy. Both look incredible. This card is an answer to them. So I think that this is a very strong card. Thank you so much, Sherlock Mahomes, for that Prime sub. Appreciate you, Sherlock Mahomes. Thank you so much for that sub there. Yeah, so the Rapid Strike Fan, very good. Level Ball. Search your deck for a Pokemon with 90 HP or less. Reveal it. Put it into your hand. I actually love this Level Ball artwork, chat. I own a bunch of old Level Balls, so if you're into old artworks, go get your old Level Balls. We got some at Full Grip Games, so go ahead and check those out. At least we did this morning. I can't speak now. We still have some left at FullGripGames.com. There you go. You want to get some old Level Balls? Knock yourselves out. This card is going to be good. It's going to see play. Yes, absolutely. Decks are going to be very excited about the existence of Level Ball, especially your setup and your single prize decks, which will get better once Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia rotates. Those kinds of setup decks are going to get a lot more play for sure. So Level Ball, just gets Pokemon with 98 points or less into your hand. Very good for setting up your Pokemon like Frostmoth. What does Bronzong? Did the Bronzong have? Bronzong might be 110. Bronzong, I think, was a little bit chunkier, right? Yeah, it's 110. But even still, setting up Bronzors and things like that. There's a lot of Pokemon that are searchable with Level Ball, and especially even a Pokemon like Kingdra, right? You think about a deck like Kingdra Frostmoth, right? You can get the Horsey, you can get the Seadra, and you can get both Snom and Frostmoth all with Level Ball. There's just so much searchable stuff that you can grab with Level Ball. You can get the Durants with Level Ball. You can get any setup Pokemon basically. You can get with Level Ball. So Rapid Strike Scroll. We saw the Single Strike Scroll gave you that Retaliate attack. Rapid Strike Scroll gives you Whirlpool Dream, and it does 30 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon for 3 energy. It's a little bit of a hefty energy cost, but it is a powerful spread attack, and I know people do love a good old-fashioned spread deck. We've got Karina's Motivation, okay, which is a Rapid Strike supporter. Draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. That's a fine supporter card. I mean, the fact that you can search it out with Rapid Strike effects makes this supporter card worth thinking about. It's like Cynthia and Caitlyn, right? Cynthia and Caitlin's like a pretty decent supporter card. I mean, it's good at what it does. But, like, if you're playing the tag call engine, you start looking at Cynthia and Caitlyn like, okay, what's up, Cynthia and Caitlyn? Okay, yeah, we could probably put, 3 of these in the deck, right? If you're playing the tag call engine, Cynthia and Caitlyn looks a lot better, right? But, so what I'm saying is, in a Rapid Strike engine, this card's going to look a lot better. You're going to be looking to play one, if you have cards that search out, because you're just going to want to be able to get yourself a draw card, out of, to get yourself out of a situation. All right, Mustard Rapid Strike Stance. When you can only play this card if it's the last card in your hand. Put a Rapid Strike Pokemon from your discard pile onto your bench and draw 5 cards. So unlike the Single Strike Mustard, right, this one has to pull from the discard pile. Single Strike gets straight from the deck. So the Single Strike one is just better, I think, than the Rapid Strike one. The Rapid Strike one is more conditional, more difficult to pull off. We know this because of the Archies and Maxies functions from Primal Clash. So Rapid Strike has to get it from the discard pile. But these cards will only be as good as the options we have to pare your hand down, and also the power level of the Stage 2 Pokemon, presumably, or VMAX Pokemon, that we want to get from the deck or the bench. We have Cheryl. We were talking about Cheryl. Heal all damage from each of your evolution Pokemon. Thank God it's evolution Pokemon. Then discard all energy attached to the Pokemon you healed in this way. All right, Cheryl. I could see you going in my Corviknight deck, right? Heal my Corviknight, all of its damage when it takes a hit. Move the energy off of the Corviknight with Bronzong so that the Cheryl doesn't discard the energy. This kind of strategy goes way back. Oh, it includes VMAX. VMAX Pokemon are evolved Pokemon, chat. Yes. It does not include basic V Pokemon, though. This kind of strategy goes way back, chat. If you're not familiar, let me take you all the way Venusaur? There we go. Let me take you way back. Base set Venusaur. All right. Way back. The original base set. Venusaur has an ability, Energy Trans, as often as you like during your turn. You may take a Grass Energy card attached to your Pokemon and attach it to a different one. So you could just move your Grass Energy around, and it does 60 damage for 4. Has 100 HP. Pretty chunky dude. Now, you combined Venusaur with Pokemon Center. Okay, Pokemon Center is going to look very familiar to anybody who just read Cheryl. Remove all damage counters from all of your own Pokemon with damage counters on them, then discard all energy cards attached to those Pokemon. What's that, Cheryl? Heal all damage from each of your evolved Pokemon, then discard all energy attached to those Pokemon you healed in this way. What's that? Poké Center? Okay, yep. It's got the same energy. It's the same kind of thing. Okay, the strategy worked 20 years ago, and I think that it has some potential today. especially now that Pokemon have 300 plus HP. We're going to be seeing the rotation of cards like Blacephalon from Unbroken Bonds, Welder, and some of your other one-hit KO decks are going to be out the window, right? So your one-hit KO strategies are rotating. Your fire decks are getting nerfed in the removal of Welder from the format. Tower of Waters. The retreat cost of each Rapid Strike Pokemon in play is 2 colorless less. It's just a good card. The stadium stays in play when you just... Yeah. Okay, cool. Yep. 2 colorless less for retreat costs. It reminds me a lot of Sky Arrow Bridge. You guys remember Sky Arrow Bridge? My goodness, Sky Arrow Bridge. What an amazing card. The retreat cost of each basic Pokemon in play is 1 colorless less. If you've been wondering why they've been buffing basic Pokemon shamelessly since at least 2012, chat. If you're like, why do all the good cards come out for basic Pokemon? They've been doing this for a long time, all right? Sky Arrow Bridge, like, why? Why did you just exclude my evolved Pokemon from this? For what reason? And then there was Eviolite. Right, you guys remember Eviolite? Yeah, Eviolite, printed in like 2012, right? If the Pokemon this card's attached to is a basic Pokemon, any damage done to it by attacks is reduced by 20. Why? What? In 2011. Yeah, 2011. Wow. Why were they buffing basics like that? But anyways, yes. This is only Rapid Strike Pokemon, so that's fine. At least it works for evolved Pokemon too. And then Rapid Strike Energy, of course, we've been talking about it this entire set review. This card can only be attached to Rapid Strike Pokemon. While this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides a water and a fighting energy, and only provides 2 at a time. So it's like a double rainbow, except that it provides only water and fighting, which is good because from what I've seen so far, most of the Rapid Strike Pokemon are like, basically, kind of water or fighting, right? That just kind of seems like that's their. Well, I guess some of them are lightning. Okay, so they're not all fighting in water, but a lot of the best ones seem to be fighting in water. All right, chat. There's your set review. How long is I doing that? Probably like an hour. I've been streaming for 3 hours. I haven't even played any Pokemon card yet. What the heck? And that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like the video, sub to the channel, ring that bell, and of course, check out the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/TrickyJim, where I stream live Pokemon trading card game content every single weekday. And if you've got extra cards lying around the house and you're trying to get some cash for them or store credit or a new booster box, we are always buying bulk and singles here at the shop at Full Grip Games. We've got a buy list on the website. It's really easy to use. You just fill out the buy list with the cards you want to sell us. You send us the cards and we send you the cash or the store credit or a new booster box, whichever you choose. And that's it. Y'all take it easy and have a busted day. Peace.